Welcome to the beautiful Clarendon County. We're here today in the small, majestic town of Turbeville. We're going to go behind the scenes and show you where to go, what to do, and why the locals call it home. Join me, Mark Roberts, as we go behind the scenes in Turbeville, South Carolina.
I'm Jenny Turbeville, and I'm the mayor here in Turbeville. Back before the town was organized, Michael Turbeville bought about 125 acres of land, a little bit north of here, up in what's the Dials Bay area, right outside of town. And then his son, William J. Turbeville, around 1870 or 75, built a house, which the house is still here in town. A couple has kind of restored it. It's really interesting to see the house. So, and with that, then the community just grew. It was basically formed for turpentine. In 1914, the town was officially organized and chartered as a town and was named Turbeville. So it was agricultural, like I said. People had to depend on each other because they were, well, this area, this is a hill. The town is on a hill. So the people built on the hill, and we were surrounded by Puddin Swamp and Black River on down the road, and this was just good land for them to build on. I'm sure it was probably a hard existence because of the farming and the weather and things like that, but the town prospered. It grew, and in around 1950, I think, the first water and sewer system was put in the town. Later on, it was expanded out to the intersection of 378 and I-95, which we serve all that area because the Turbeville Correctional Institute was built.
My name is Patrick Goodwin. I'm the town administrator for the town of Turbeville. Turbeville is a quaint community, a bed and breakfast community. Most of our folks work elsewhere outside, so we try to keep it a family environment. We try to organize events and happenings to include family.
Puddin Swamp is the swamp that runs west of town, and it runs on around south of town, and it goes on, and it's where in fact the community was originally called Puddin Swamp Community, and that's why we have a Puddin Swamp Festival in the springtime, named it after the swamp. But it was, I've heard a couple of different stories about how it got its name. One was that there was an old fella that lived on the swamp. His name was Puddin, so it just became Puddin Swamp. Another story I've heard is that the mud was so thick that it was the consistency of pudding, so again it became Puddin Swamp. Well, if either one of those tales are correct, I don't know, but I've heard both of them.
The Puddin Swamp Festival started 3 years ago as a vision of the mayor, Turbeville, and some of our local folks, mainly young adults, who wanted to do something to give an opportunity for our artists here in town and in our community to showcase their wares, their arts and craft wares. Also a chance to celebrate the coming of spring and to give a boost to our economy. So we put our heads together, a group of us, and came up with the first Puddin Swamp Festival, where we had arts and crafts show all day on Saturday that was free to artists. local artisans. We had entertainment on the Main Street stage all day long, a carnival, amusement rides, as well as a special group coming in to sing on Friday evening. It has blossomed from the original 1,500 to 2,000 people to last year we had 5,000 people on Town Square. We have special groups on Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night's usually a beach band, more beach country, general music. Saturday's geared more to the young people on Saturday evening. We have gospel groups during the day that come in and sing. We have dance troupes from the local dance companies that come and participate, as well as some karaoke that lends to a lot of amusement, and a dog show or pet show. The Turbeville Community Association, in conjunction with some other folks from around the county who were interested in doing something for Habitat for Humanity and for the Children's Home, came up with the idea of Dancing with the Clarendon County Stars. The project there are 15 stars who will be dancing with professional dancers, some of them folks like myself who have never danced before, have spent time training, preparing to do special dance routines. Those dance routines last a minute and a half, and they will be judged by a group of professional judges, as well as, there will be two winners actually, professional dancing, and then who raises the most money. There are several things I would tell you to check out. First of all, the Francis Marion murals that are all over the county, but we actually have 4 of them, 4 buildings with murals on them here in Turbeville. That's a wonderful piece of history from the American Revolution with the Francis Marion murals, Swamp Fox murals.
The murals, in fact, I was on the original committee with George and Carol Summers when the murals began. And the idea was that Francis Marion had so much activity in this area during the Revolutionary War that if we had these murals, that we could hopefully draw people off of 95 into the area that were interested primarily in history, that they could look at the murals and go to the different battle places. The Battle of Tearcoat Swamp took place just south of here. The murals that we have in town, there's one that is the Battle of Tearcoat Swamp over across the street on the side of the building over there. There's another one down north of here that shows life as we pictured it during that time. It has the people farming, tapping the pine trees. Then there's another one, another mural we have of the Mazon House, which the Mazon community is on Highway 527 between here and King Street. And it's there was the Mazon House that was burned and the family escaped into the swamp. So the pictures on the building over there show the family escaping into the swamp and the house being burned. But the murals, and then there are several in Manning and Summerton, and they were all related to Francis Marion and the different areas that he fought in. And a lot of it we've imagined how it was, but George and Carol have done a tremendous job of doing research and getting all this information together.
The second thing I would tell you to do is go to one of our local restaurants. Each restaurant has their own unique style of food. Chat and Chew's known for its chicken, Eddie's known for its barbecue, Smokehouse is known for their steaks. It's a wonderful place for friends and family to gather, and you can get all the local news at one of the local restaurants. Then be here for some of our events, especially the Screen on the Green, to watch our community come together on a Saturday afternoon on Town Square with picnic baskets and food, with their chairs and their blankets, and just have a good time together. The goal for the town of Turbeville is for it to continue to be a wonderful place to live, work, play, grow, and do business. We have done millions of dollars worth of renovations to the Main Street streetscape program. We've just completed doing $500,000 worth of renovations to our town square. What we hope to do now is to attract economic development, mom and pop businesses to fill our storefronts, to help make our town viable as far as economic development. But we want Turbeville to continue to remain a good family environment where folks can have a good time, they can feel safe, they can raise their families, and have good memories.
On the surface, it may not seem like there's a lot to do, but there is. Probably the major activity people have is through their churches. This is I guess a religion-oriented community, but churches keep a lot of people busy. There's always things to do like gardening. We have a very active recreation program for our young people, from baseball and softball to football, flag football, basketball. It's almost year-round now.
Most of the folks who stay here are here because this is where they were raised. This is where their families are. The second reason why most folks want to stay in Turbeville is because it is a good environment. We have an excellent school system with award-winning schools. We have medical care, we have fire protection, we have police protection. You have all the amenities of a large town, but we just are a small-scale environment where everybody knows everybody, looks out after everybody. One of the main things that I love about Turbeville, having moved here 17 years ago, is the fact that this is a very caring community. People care for each other and look out for each other. And as a local, a transplant local now, I will stay here the rest of my life if allowed, because this is such a good community to live.
It's where I was born and raised. It's home. I moved away, but when I married, but I came back. I'm right where I started from.
It's a nice, quiet town, and it's where you can raise a family at. It's nice where you can raise a family, and the crime rate is low. You know, they don't have a whole lot of crime or anything here. It's just a all in all nice place.
Well, I was born in Turbeville in 1933. This was my home growing up with my family. And I enjoyed the schools, I enjoyed my church, I enjoyed life. We farmed, and that was, I thought, very difficult during the summer months, wonderful during the winter to watch the cold come and, you know, fields get cold and a little snow now and then. But I love the seasons.
We have beautiful churches, wonderful people. Good community to live in. Everybody works together. Everybody loves one another. It's just a friendly place to live.
We have a lot of churches. It's just a really good atmosphere to grow a family in, and we just look out for each other.
Now that was just a little look at Turbeville. Once again, I can't show you everything on this show, so you've got to come down here and experience it for yourself. For more on Turbeville and the rest of this great place we call home, stay tuned to FTC Now. For City Showcase, I'm Mark Roberts. Thanks for joining me.